I grew up in South Louisiana, a small town right outside of New Orleans, a pretty poverty-stricken area. A lot of violence, drugs, shootings, things like that. They were a normal occurrence. As a young man, the way that I thought about Jesus was nothing but rules. I have to perform at this level in order for Jesus to love me, because that's the love relationship that I knew because of my parents. I just thought Jesus is a ruler, and if I mess up, I failed. I knew I had to make ends meet. I had to buy school clothes and pay bills and do things that adults were doing. And the one way I knew how to do it was sell drugs, you know? It got out of hand really fast. Really fast. At 17, I was living in Houston part-time, running a complete drug operation in South Louisiana from a cell phone. And I never had a plan of making it out. I never did. Never thought that I would. The amount of anxiety and stress that came along with me feeling like someone was always hunting me, because that's what it was. I was hunted by people that wanted to take what I had, and by law enforcement. I knew at some point, if I didn't quit, death or jail was the end. My middle sister, Gwen, has always been there for me. She's never made me feel condemned. Every single time I talk to her, like, I love you, I'm praying for you, I'm here for you. I was sitting in a jail cell, and she was like, what are you gonna do when you get out? And I was like, I don't know. Like, probably go back to the same thing. And she was like, why don't you move to Georgia with me? I think that's when, like, God started working on me. I remember being in the shower and just having this breaking point of, like, me feeling God's grace and his love and his presence. There was simultaneously this shift where the things that I did, they don't define me. What defines me is the Bible and what Jesus says about me. I believe that, like, I'm his. I'm loved. I didn't want to waste any more of my life. Like, I wanted to live it for Jesus. I remember saying to myself, God, I'm quitting. And if I end up dead because I quit, I'm okay with it, because I'm going to start doing the right thing. I went to my boss in the drug business and told him I wanted out. I want to move to Georgia and start a life, and I don't want to do this anymore. And his exact words were, hey man, the money you owe me, keep it and start a life. I expected to be hunted, literally looking up and being like, thank you, Jesus, I'm free. I moved here to Georgia and got connected with the Church of 1122, and it's been home ever since. Got my feet planted, I got baptized. I didn't know what God had for me at that point in time, but I knew that coming here and experiencing God and people just loving me unconditionally, I wanted that. Like, I wanted that love that I had never felt, and I felt it through people who were obedient, but ultimately it was Jesus. And I went from hopeless, death, addict, broken, to I'm a blood-bought son of Christ. And I'm sold out. I can't ask for anything more.